Hey everybody, welcome back to The Loop. In preparing for Christmas, we are spending our time here on The Loop talking all about faith. For centuries, people in the Old Testament lived by faith in a Savior, a lot like we do. Their faith was future tense, our faith is past tense. They had faith in what God would do. We have faith in what God has done through the birth of His Son, Jesus the Christ. In many ways, the stories of the Old Testament are just preparing us for the coming of Jesus in the New Testament. Yesterday, I told you a portion of Moses' story. Today, I want to show you another part of his story. Later in life, Moses became the leader of God's people, a nation known as Israel. In Exodus chapter 20, Moses was the guy who went up on this mountaintop to receive stone tablets from God. They were called the Ten Commandments. In the same book, Moses was the guy who would receive instruction about building this thing called a tabernacle. It was like a house for God. It was the place where God would dwell or live among His people. The people would set up camp all around the tabernacle, and God would be not just at the center of camp, He would be at the center of their lives. Unfortunately, the book of Exodus tells us that Israel was a stubborn, stiff-necked group of people who were always disobeying God. And so God said, I can't live among you when you're always rebelling against me. So God would stay with His people and continue to lead them, but He would suggest that He do that from a distance. He would hide His glory from them so that He would not consume them. He could lead them via a cloud by day and a fire by night. Now, here's the issue. God said, because of your sin and rebellion, I cannot live among you. But Moses responded to God and he said to him, God, it's because of our sin and rebellion that we need you to live among us. Thousands of years later, the gospel author named John would tell us about the coming of Jesus. And this is what he said in John chapter 1, verse 14. The Word became flesh, and He made His dwelling among us. We have seen His glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and full of truth. Because of our sin and rebellion, God decided not to stay at a distance, but to come and to live among us so that we might learn another way to live, a better way to live. Instead of hiding His glory from us, He came and He showed His glory to us so that we might know Him, so that we might love Him, and so that we might trust Him with our lives.